What the hell was up with that giant rubber duck? I'm Jackie.
All was fine for Eddie until Linny got a job at Supercuts. I'm Justin.
Hey man, are you the spoiler alert? I'm Sam, and this is 1988 State Park on Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, a very special Eve episode. This is our 599th episode. Next week we'll be a big 666 episodes from that. The universe will end, so get ready. This week on the show, Sam's pick is State Park, currently streaming on Amazon Prime from 1988. Starring nobody, unless Sam's got it. Screwball, meatball, horny boy movie with cans aplenty and a light comedic feel about saving the park. It's the reverse Aspen episode, basically. They still need to save the park. There's just no skiing.
What?
There's still racing to save the park, but there's no skiing.
Did they have to save the park in ski school? I don't remember.
No, I think they just got drunk and looked at boobs. So
that's out cold.
That's out cold, and ski school, and hot tub time machine.
Better Off Dead had more substance to it, I suppose.
Yeah, it really did. I think it's the one. Yeah, Sam, go with your boring stuff.
I would have thought there would be nothing on this, but there's a little bit. There's a little. It's odd. So it's directed primarily by Rafael Zelensky, who brought us Screwballs and Screwballs 2.
Okay.
Before this is what's weird, is that Screwballs and Screwballs 2 are before this. Mm-hmm. And Screwballs was actually co-written by Jim Wynorski, which is fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done those yet. I'm sure they'll come up. He also directed one with Lorenzo Lamas that will probably end up on this show. So by the end of it, Rafael may be a trusted brethren of the program. The guy that wrote it, and there's like a co-director that maybe was the cinematographer, but maybe wasn't. And there's a different guy listed as cinematographer, but this Kerry Feltham guy did a bunch of TV shows.
Feltham? Me too, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not just looking at him.
Who Feltham? It was Corey. Corey Feltham.
And here's your restraining order.
Dad joke.
But oddly enough, he was a mid-level producer on Shogun. So that's a big fucking difference.
The new one or the handsome gay guy?
Chamberlain
Chamberlain,
one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you're gonna reduce him to that, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Sir Richard Chamberlain
Sir,
to you.
Handsome.
I don't know if he has
guy.
been knighted or not. He may be. Jackie would know. Jackie, is he a knight?
Hold on.
You should know that off the top of your head. You like Thornburg so much.
Dollars to donuts, I think he's a knight, but quite irrelevant to State Park. State Park.
That's wild. There's a couple of things that happen in this movie. Like my favorite joke. Like I was in a conundrum. I was like, did I come up with that before I saw this? Have I actually seen this? But I feel like my favorite joke, I pulled it the first time prior. I think I was like 6 or 7 when I did it, and I would have been 8 when this was released. Mm-hmm. And there's very little chance that I saw this when I was 8.
Very little.
Because of the boobs and on the quantity of them. The people that are in it, I guess, were in stuff before. So Kim Myers is the one that I'm going to call her Marple Streif.
Yeah, right.
Because she looks kind of like Meryl Streep.
Kind of.
Well, she was in Nightmare 2
yeah.
before this.
Right. That's the gay one. We've done that one on the podcast.
Yeah, and then she's in Hellraiser 4 after this, but it's like when I was going, well, let's see if anybody made it out of this. It's weird because like everybody had done stuff before this. This was actually shot in 85 or 86, so I don't know why it got shelved. It could have been the quantity of product that Rafael was trying to push out at that point, because he had also, right around that same time, done Recruits and Valet Girls, which Recruits is basically, let's get this out on the heels of Police Academy.
Okay.
And then probably Desperately Seeking Susan on Valet Girls, or maybe it was Valet Girls. I don't know, but maybe those just got pushed through first, and then this one came out, like they just didn't have time to do it, and they just pushed it out later, and it really didn't make a lot of noise. So this just sort of ended up on the end of the video shelf to be heard from not again until probably now. I had never even heard of this. It barely came across my radar. The only people that have written about it review-wise are like people that obviously don't watch a lot of bad movies because they're like, I think this is one that's so bad it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, yeah, so you need to watch more of these before so you can have a good idea of some of them that are so bad they're just bad. Because if you're like, I think this is the one, you're like, no, this is one of those. It sure is. You're right.
I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't know if
okay,
it
all right, we'll
classifies
save
in that
it,
category at all.
Well, okay. Hidden gem, anyway.
Yeah, I'll give it hidden gem.
Hidden gem. So the girl that is the rich girl, I'm guessing, because none of the characters...
Marcia?
Yeah, Marcia. None of their substance really comes to the forefront. There's too much action happening throughout to really get to know any of them, and I don't find that to be a problem whatsoever.
Nah.
But I guess she's rich. So she was in still to this day, no one will tell me how to pronounce this guy's name, if it's Just Yakin or Just Jackin, because they were basically porno movies, and that would have been a nice, fun play, but apparently he does photography under that name, which is his real name, so I'm guessing it's Just, but, because who names their kid Just Jackin?
Right.
Like, who would do that?
Who would do that? Who would do that?
Somebody with a great sense of humor who didn't really want to be pregnant, but was like, well, I'm stuck with him now, might as well make it funny.
This is
his
not
full name is Justice. He's bringing that to his meat every night.
This is not the first time Just Jackin's been on the podcast. Why would we remember him?
Gwendolyn and the Valley of the Yik Yaks. And he's also the guy that did Emmanuel. So that first wave of really artsy nudie movies that are now like, wow, this is some really good filmmaking if you can handle this many boobs. But at the time it was like, that's just fucking porno. But now you look back and go, man, this guy does some really good filmmaking. But I can see why at the time they're like, this is porno. It's close. Now it's not porno at all, because there's not anything that is, none of the stuff in current porn is in those movies. So they're artistic, I suppose. Anyway, the girl that plays Marcia, Isabel Mayas, she was in her first movie was one of his movies, which maybe, because there's no way to get out of one of his movies without taking your top off, I don't think. So it was odd that she wasn't nude in this. And then the Jennifer Lynch, who's the hairdresser.
Inch, not
was in this.
Lynch. Inch. Jennifer Inch.
Inch. INC.
Old Jenny Inch.
Jennifer Inch, you're right.
Yeah, you give her an inch, she takes a mile.
I'd give her 3 inches.
Nope, that's too easy.
Oh,
it's too easy.
She's probably like 60 now. Wonder if she still does haircuts.
Oh, hey. Supercuts.
She was in Screwballs. She's been in some other stuff that was, and then later in her career, it was mostly those like Basic Instinct knockoffs. So, and then Walter Massey, the guy that plays the evil old guy, has like 131 credits of playing that guy. I was surprised that Truckee, James Wilder, and Trailer, Christopher Bolton, have been gainfully employed this whole time.
Okay.
James Wilder is in a lot of those sexy TV shows, opposite Shannon Doherty at one point.
Oh, rest in peace.
Oh, speaking of...
R.I.P.
Yeah.
She died today, Sam. Hope you...
What?
You didn't know that. You just brought up Shannon Doherty. She fucking died today, this morning.
Yeah, she died of breast cancer.
53 years old.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it super sucks, man. This was a bad weekend for celebrities. Bad. Dr. Ruth, Richard Simmons, Jacoby Jones from the Ravens. You remember that guy? He was just playing football like 10 years ago. Shannon Doherty. It's somebody else. Shelley Duvall. Like,
Oh, yeah. She was on her way out, though. So,
I know.
Shelley Duvall is not a surprise.
Dr.
I'm
Ruth
surprised
was
that she was
98.
still alive.
But still, bad weekend for celebs. Dropping like flies.
Yeah. That's what I got on this thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a fine report for such an obscure VHS shelf movie that may or may not even have a DVD release. Did you look at that at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
When we were watching this, it's a good transfer, so it probably saw it. It is a 3x4, so it was shot directly for the shelf. But it was a good transfer, so
We had some
I'm
pixelation
guessing...
on our end. Did you have any pixelation here and there?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then it was just our internet.
Mine looked good.
Okay, all right.
I thought it was real good. I saw it and I was like, nah, shot in 3x4 Aeroflex camera. This looks pretty good.
All right. Well, now's the time to watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. God knows how long it's going to be there because they are swapping stuff out left and right. It's not like their Tubi TV, so maybe it'll get transferred over to Tubi and it'll live there for quite some time. But I would take advantage
Hopefully.
of the state park now.
I mean, I'm not going to take any chances. When we get done here, I'm going to try to find a physical copy of this movie.
Yeah. Okay. Jackie. I don't really have anything for you. Actually, I do.
Costume talk. What are you talking about?
Let's go into Lenny's hair. Lenny's hair, the haircut lady, Jackie. I'm the guy that likes the big hair. I like the Fairdo. I like the 80s rock gal with way too much hairspray. I do not like Lenny's hair. She looks like somebody's mom. I never liked this haircut. It's just a mom haircut. Even if it's on somebody who's 20 years old and's got, a great bod or whatever. Jax, I mean, your hair report. Did you like these hairs or not hairs?
Okay, so I thought the best hair definitely belonged to Johnny Rocket.
Okay.
And
kind of had a rat / flock of seagulls thing going on.
Yes.
And it was really his hair versus the guy that was just wearing a wig.
That was just straight up rat.
Yeah, so who was the other guy? So there's Johnny Rocket, and then who was the other guy?
Lewis something.
Lewis. Okay, no, he's just known as Lewis in the credits. Okay. Yeah. But he doesn't have a picture, so I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. So those two, hands down, had the best hair.
Sure.
So then, as far as the ladies go, I'm going to say that Eve, who is Kim Myers, had the most boring hair of them all.
Mm-hmm.
But Martha, she had...
Is it Martha or is it Marcia? And the IMDb just doesn't have enough on this.
I thought it was Marcia.
I thought it was Marcia.
It said it was Martha.
Yeah,
on
I know
IMDb.
it's saying that. I just feel like I heard Marcia.
I heard Marcia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, we're talking about the same person.
Riveting, Jackie.
Yeah. Either way, the other two ladies that were with Eve, their hair's kind of sucked. I didn't like it. I thought the haircut that Lenny kept giving everyone was
the Devo.
Devo kind of greaser look, which I liked on some of them. I definitely thought that the best hair of the whole movie, though, goes to Ted Nugent's grandma.
Oh, okay.
In this movie. What was her name? Ethel?
Grandma.
Was that Ethel?
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, Ethel. Ray and Ethel is the band that they had.
Yeah, so Ethel had the best hair by far. I mean, she just, like at the end where she's doing the chainsaw movie, right? Chainsaw song. That bouffant, whatever that was just amazing. And I was like, damn, girl, you've got it.
I don't know what
you have the best hair in this whole fucking movie.
That you just nonchalantly mentioned Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Like it's not the fucking screen bomb of the film.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Ted Nugent, whatever.
Oh, yeah. So how am I going to do this note here when I says, but then Ted Nugent comes in and then I have to go.
Wait, I got to look up Ted Nugent.
Much not a plum. Jackie, seriously, when you say
the Motor City
stupid things, just say them in your head instead of out loud. Oh, shit, I don't know who Ted Nugent is. I better tell everybody that I don't know who Ted Nugent is. You should.
Intensity in 10 cities?
You should know who Ted Nugent is because fuck that guy. We'll get into that later. But,
oh, he's Cat Scratch Fever guy.
God, Ted Nugent.
Good Lord, Jackie.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know who he was in the movie.
Stranglehold's a better song.
I knew that he was like a rock star guy,
This
but
is like-
I couldn't name one of his songs. But now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, Cat Scratch Fever. I like that song.
Oh my God. Seriously? I got to do something with this one, Sam. How am I supposed to go back in our marriage after she says, I like Cat Scratch Fever? I can't look at her the same ever again. I can't trust her. She has no taste. How do you trust somebody that has no...
Stranglehold, baby. That one's a really good one.
Okay.
Yep. Stranglehold is a good song.
Stranglehold, baby.
I'll give you Stranglehold. Fucking Cat Scratch Fever. This is not the first time Ted Nugent's come on the podcast. People, there's an entire website dedicated to how many times I've bitched about Cat Scratch Fever on stickermadness.com, Jackie. I hate that song. That song sucks. This is not... How do you not know who Ted Nugent is? Even if like 300 episodes ago you were like, who's Ted Nugent? He's the guy that does fucking shitty Cat Scratch. It's just over and over and over and over again. Cat Scratch Fever. You heard me say this before. I know it. I know it.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Are we in a time warp?
Cat Scratch
He's got
Fever
a song
does
called
suck.
Street Rats.
Yeah, his songs suck, dude. They suck. They're all...
that-
Stranglehold
about
is
the rat
awesome,
butt?
and the damn Yankees aren't like awful.
Oh, fuck the
They're
damn
not
Yankees.
awful.
Their fucking
They're not
album was
awful.
called Don't Tread on Me. Fucking Don't Tread on... Like, the Don't Tread on Me thing just makes you look like a pussy. I'm just gonna get out there and say it. If you got a Don't Tread on Me flag, it makes you look like a giant pussy. Like, don't tase me, bro. That's what I hear when I hear, don't tread on me, guy. Fuck off, you little baby bitch.
Also, generally speaking, I see the Don't Tread on Me flag flown above 44-inch tires that are just treading all over the fucking place. all
not
over
me.
fucking
Don't
everything.
tread on me. I'll tread on you.
Don't tread on
Don't
me.
tread
I'm
on
gonna
me.
fuck some shit up.
God, don't.
I'm the treader, goddammit.
Don't tread on me. Fuck the damn Yankees. Fuck Ted Nugent. I guess I don't have to do this later. We're just getting it out of the way now. God damn it, I hate that fucking douchebag.
I don't care that much. I find him I find his the circle of influence that he has to be rather amusing from the outside looking in.
Look, I'll take put your guns down, Ted. Travel back in time to 1988. I will fist fight 1988's Ted. He can keep the guitar. I'll still fucking fist fight Ted Nugent. I would beat his fucking ass. He is a little bitch.
I don't know.
If he puts his
I think
guns
the
down.
Nuge might take you.
If he puts
I
his
just looked
guns
up
down.
this "Don't Tread on Me" thing, and it's from, it's a warning to the British
For
of what could
rattlesnakes.
happen.
Yeah, we know, Jackie.
If the crown tried to take away the colony's rights. Well, I didn't know that. I just thought these people
The
were
people who
dumbasses.
wave the flag don't know that. It's, don't tread on me. You're going to take my guns. Oh, so it's fine. What are we doing? What are we doing? Stop.
It's also
most popular
it.
symbol
Stop
of the
it.
American Revolution.
Stop it. We're not doing it. No, that was not the
We're-
Live Free or Die was. Anyways, let's move on.
also don't step on the rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah,
bite you.
because they're fucking mean.
Yeah, don't do that. It's good. It's actually
Like,
good
better
advice.
watch where you walk,
Yeah. You might.
especially if you live in a rattlesnake town.
Oh, you know what?
Especially if you're close to Ted Nugent.
I'm going to make.
Fuck up your day.
I'm going to make a new Don't Tread on Me flag, and it's going to have a coil, but it's going to be coil poop. Don't tread on me. You won't like it. It's poop. Somebody's already.
Poop and banana peels.
Guarantee-
You're going to slip and fall in the
right.
poop.
Somebody's got to have already done that, right? I can't be that clever.
No, you've come up
Oh my
with a
God.
new thing.
Oh my God. I'm taking over America right now with the Don't Tread on Me poop flag. Let's do it. Stickermadness.com. Get your Don't Tread on Me poop flag right there. I'll design it this week. It'll be awesome. And we'll put a little Sticker Madness on the corner so we can get some free advertising in front of your house.
Yeah.
And everybody will be like, no, I'm not putting that up there. It's got a Sticker Madness logo on there. I'm too ashamed. I'm ashamed of my podcast preferences. Okay, we ready?
Oh yeah.
Good to go? Okay, let's...
Even though we have just chasm of difference of opinion on the Nuge.
Yeah. I don't think we do. I think he's a douche.
No, you're super pissed off about
Oh,
it.
I'm
I'm like,
definitely
man, I
super
just
pissed
don't
off.
care about the Nuge.
Yeah, I gotta admit, he's kind of a douche, though. Like, I don't do drugs or nothing.
Do what
Yeah.
he does his thing. I just
I
don't
guess.
care.
I don't know. Everybody I ever talked to in rock, they say he was a douche. Like fucking...
I don't know. That shit that he did to Levi Cecil was pretty awesome at the Egyptian when Cecil's like, hey man, are you the Nuge? And he goes, all day, every day, baby. And the best part was he was taking his family to the Lion King that day.
Yeah, but that's just...
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
awesome, dude.
That's a cliche rock and roll response, though. Everybody fucking says that. It's not like the Nuge came up with that. When I was in... I met Ray Manzarek in a fucking elevator, and I said, dude, you're Ray Manzarek. And he said, you're goddamn right I am. That's fucking badass, but I'm pretty sure it's just a canned thing. It's like Rock 101. You get your fucking little backstage pass, and they say, okay, you've made it. You're doing arena rock. This is how you respond to fans when they're like, oh my God, you're like that guy. Fucking A, brother.
I think I do the Aykroyd when they're like, hey man, you're so-and-so. Like, and you're not.
Oh my God,
that's funny.
So
that's
mean.
It's dick, but it's funny. It's a good one. I like that. Just leaning into it and be like, fucking A, dude. I don't know. Anyways, okay. So something is in the woods near...
something is in the woods.
Thing. What's this? What's our villain's name? Rancewell? Rancewell Pharmaceutical Inc. And it's a bear.
Pesticides.
Yeah, pesticides. The gates are locked outside, so we see this bear lay a board down.
No, the first impression is not yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. That's not till later.
Song?
That's not till later.
Isn't it?
No, man.
Well, then the bear is the first impression because you're like,
totally.
oh, fuck, this is not Smokey the Bear and it's terrible awesome.
Smokey Bear. 2 weeks in a row. It's Smokey Bear. First name Smokey, last name Bear. Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear.
Smokey Bear.
Yeah. God damn it.
But the song goes, Smokey the
Don't
Bear,
care.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear, the song was not licensed by the United States Forest Service. Smokey Bear is a trademarked trademark of the Forest Circus. The only people that can fucking say anything about it is Forest Service. Smokey Bear, that guy was an asshole. He could go hang out with fucking Rick Dees doing Disco Duck. Fuck, Disney didn't approve that shit either, you know?
Hey, that was a great song, though.
Fuck Rick Dees'
Disco Duck?
It sucks.
Yeah.
Man, Disco Duck and Cat Scratch Fever, those are two stinkers.
Yeah, man. Two of the worst. Oh, they should take a bath together.
Yeah, but I remember the first time I heard Disco Duck, and I was like, this is fucking
You were
right up
4?
my alley. Yeah, I was a little kid. I thought it was awesome.
And now you're not? By a lot? Okay.
And I still have fond memories. I haven't heard it in a long time. It could be shit, but...
It's total shit. Okay, so this guy, he's in a bear costume. I was really hoping that the movie was going to be like, no, that's a bear. We just can't have a bear in this movie. It's a budget movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't, unfortunately. It's a guy in a bear costume. He gets spotted hopping the fence, and the guards chase after him, and they turn on the electrocution machine and zaps him off the fence like the little Timmy in Jurassic Park, and he goes flying into the arms of Alan Grant. And he goes back to his cave because he's a bear. And see, I'm still like, he's got a bear. He's got a cave, man. This should be a bear. And then he breaks the fourth wall and starts talking to us. And I'm like, okay, if any character in this boobie movie is going to break the fourth wall and start talking to us, I'm okay if it's a bear.
Yeah, if it's a bear, it's fine.
That's a great hook. Yeah. Have the bear be in the narrative of the bear. But it's not. It's a guy in a bear costume. It's kind of a little disappointing, but it wouldn't have worked if it was an actual bear. His name is Wee Wonka Willie, and that's the state park was named after this bear mascot that he's portraying. And he's an eco-terrorist, this guy. I mean, you could, but that the government would label him as an eco-terrorist.
Yeah, he's an eco-terrorist.
He doesn't like these guys when they're pesticides, and he's trying to shut them down because they're trying to take over the state park.
And he knows that they've done this before. Mm-hmm. And murdered a bunch of animals, and then they put up a housing unit on top of that, and now all the residents in that housing unit are now sick because of the suspected waste dumping that happened before they built the housing unit. So he buys it up, pretends like it's part of the factory, disposes of the chemicals, and then builds a subdivision over the top of it.
Yeah, these guys are bad. Rancewell Pesticides, they had a train. They when their train car knocked over and poisoned an entire town with toxic gas. They built a housing or strip mall on top of Minot Indian cemetery. Now all the animatronics have come to life and killed everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're bad. Don't do that. Then we get, go ahead, Sam. I know you're chomping at the bit to reference Yellow. Do bow bow.
Yeah.
Bow, bow.
Maybe that it got shelved for as long as it did helps it not get the shit suit out of it for this. Because this is just, I mean,
It's oh yeah.
it's oh yeah, but it's not. And it's like the guy goes, oh yeah, Winnetonka or something. It's like, he's like, oh, yellow belly fever.
State Park. Like
State Park.
Like fucking State Park is, it's
the
not
bow bow.
It's the do bow bow. It's not a fucking Ferrari. You can't make State Park sound fucking sexy like it's a fucking 250 GT California. Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's the worst shitty ripoff song that we've ever had on the program.
It's up there.
By far.
I mean, it might be number one, but it's bad.
Bad ripoff.
And then there's like this little key twinkle in the middle of it, like, hey, this isn't just Oh Yeah by Yellow. There's like doodle 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 State Park.
In terms of like ripoffs, if Bruno Mattei had seen this movie, he would have thrown his desk over in fury that somebody did a better job ripping something off than him.
It's real bad. I mean, it's worth the price of admission right there. Like the first 5 minutes of this movie, I was already like, oh, fuck yes. This is good shit.
Yeah, when it came across my radar, like I was on these wild left, like out of nowhere picks. I generally try to watch the first 15 minutes before I pull the trigger. I only needed that to happen. And I was like, we're doing this one. This is the one we're doing.
Not do bow bow? Not chicka chicka? Huh, okay.
Because the way the bear thing is shot at the beginning is such bullshit and screwy that you're like, okay, this has got promise. And then that happens. And I'm like, done. We're doing State Park.
Yep, I like it. Good call. So we got half of Rat. They're driving down the highway really poorly because Johnny Rocket, their lead guitarist of the band that doesn't exist yet, is quite tired from being on the road. They're trying to get to LA. They do reference that. So if they can get down to Sunset while things are hot down there, they're going to pick up a couple guys and become the next big LA band.
Well, let's be realistic, though. They've got a pretty good plan because they're a bass player and a drummer. They're going to have no fucking trouble.
I thought he was a guitarist. Whatever. He's a guitarist. Yeah.
It was a bass guitar.
Okay.
And they're a rhythm section looking for work. They'll be just fine.
Yeah, they'll find a couple guys. There's always a couple dickheads out on the side of Sunset in 1988 that are like, we'll sing for food.
Oh, I mean, that's what I mean. There's going to be a bidding war when they finally show up because everybody's the lead singer or a guitarist at this point.
Right.
And now and forever.
Yeah. So they pull off to the side of the road, and Lewis, he's going to take over for Johnny driving. But when he hits the gas, Johnny falls out of the ass end of this van that they've got, their camping van, their band van. And now he's got to walk to State Park. Which is an hour up ahead.
In his underwears.
In his undies.
In his underwears.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Linny, Marcia, and the other one. Eve, right. They're cruising up the road. They're also going to State Park. And we find out nothing about we have to assume based off of what Sam said earlier that Marcia's rich, that Linny wants to be a hairdresser. She's got a boyfriend named Eddie, and she gets real horny when she gives haircuts.
Were they driving a Gen 1 LeBaron?
They were driving a Gen 1 LeBaron with the Woodside and the convertible. Absolutely they were. It was great. Everybody should at some point in their life. Nobody can because they're all broken down in junkyards. And then Eve, her parents were going to send her to college, but now they had to file bankruptcy. So I guess part of the bankruptcy negotiation with the federal government is that they took Eve's college fund. So the only way she can go to college is if she wins a $5,000 scholarship at this race that is taking place at State Park.
I don't think she even knows about it. She's like, I need the scholarship. She doesn't know if she has the scholarship, is what I got from this, is that she's unsure about her scholarship, so she's in emotional peril, and none of them know about this race at all. They're just going camping to blow off some steam.
Sorry. Got it in my notes. And the race, question mark.
Her family is now bankrupt.
Yeah, I said that part. Stop looking at IMDb and trying to remember who the characters are and focus on the synopsis. God damn you both. I got the notes. I write the notes.
I have notes
it's
too.
Here. It's been big scribbly letters that I can't read because my handwriting sucks.
Yeah.
But
I had to Winnebago Willie. What is his name?
It's a clever thing, Sam, because his name is Wee Wonka Willie.
Wonka Willie, yes. I didn't write that down because it was too long, so I just have WW.
Little more copyright infringement there that they're sneaking in. They're sneaking in whenever they can. This movie.
Well, the thing is that Wee Willie Wonka leaves little chocolate treats in the woods.
Does a bear shit in the woods? Hell yeah, baby. Hopefully you like gumdrops.
He's that state park's Easter bunny.
So other state parks have different Easter bunnies?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's the America I want to live in, Jackie.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's Trump. I'll vote for him if he makes that happen, Jackie.
Yeah.
State park has a
next week,
live
Trump
animal.
is going to be like, does a bear shit in the woods?
Terrible.
Yes, it does.
God, that's awful.
And
it's terrible.
It is chocolate from
that doesn't have anything to do with the mascots or the Easter Bunny. It'd be like if the park was like, we don't have the Easter Bunny, we've got Golgon, the gopher. And he's like part Voltron. He just shoots the eggs out and they get ruined and the kids cry. His laser show, really bad sound effects. Golgon, the gopher of Easter.
State Park of Lake Winnebago, Michigan. Oh boy, that would be great. I'm telling you, man, that would be great. There would be a lot less problems on this planet if that was America. Okay,
so I think what we need to do, gentlemen, is buy a state park so that we can have several different characters that live there.
Buy a state park.
There's a particular
you
word.
Buy land and then turn it into a state park.
I think there's a particular word in that whole thing that applies that prevents us from doing that, Jackie. It's not.
It's what Ranswell's trying to do. God damn it!
It's not park. It's the other one. Are you
buy?
See, she wants to break away from the nation too, Sam. She's like one of those Northern California people, and she's going to come up with the Republic of Jackie. And she's going to, have her own state park. It's just going to be the backyard of our house. But then the feds are going to come and blow us all away. Can't secede from our union. Why would you want us? We suck. Just let her do our own thing.
They won't come here. They're going to be like, really? A town nobody's heard of and nobody cares. Just send them the tax bills.
I don't think that that's their problem. I think that when you become your own republic and you have your own state park in your backyard, in order to do that, you have to stop paying government or taxes to a different state. They want those you don't know how to secede at all. You're terrible at this. You are not allowed to have a state park.
I would have totally paid the taxes because
you're not seceding! Oh my God. You can't have your own state park! God damn it! We're moving on.
Wonder if I just
property of the state.
We're moving on from the state park that you don't understand the word state. Okay, so there's a huge line at the entrance to State Park, and for inspections, we gotta. We're just gonna get these guys out of the way. There's some park rangers that are in the pocket of Ranswell. They're also very pervy. There's two. She's pretty pervy. She lets the shit happen, dude. She's in the pocket too.
She's a rump ranger. She only cares about man's butts.
Yeah, she is not there for Rancheroo or whatever the hell that company's called. She is there. She is obviously filling up this dude. He is vibing it. And she's like, and then later we see her staring off at some naked man.
No, these two guys, they're the dumb boys. The dumb boys
Yes.
are my favorite characters in this whole movie. They're tall, good-looking, blonde dudes. They've got all of the gifts that life could give them. They've got a jet boat. They're there to have fun and party. They've got the sweetest, that 83 Toyota pickup with the fucking stripes, the yellow and the orange and the red.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
stripe. Great
That
fucking
little truck is cool.
These guys are gifted in every way except they have no frontal cortex. They are dumb as fuck.
They are forerunners to Dumb and Dumber. They
Yeah.
do things that happen in the movie Dumb and Dumber. It's great.
They do. I love these two guys. They are my favorite characters in this whole movie. And so she's fondling his ass, but I don't even know if he's vibing it, Jackie. He's like, oh, I'm too stupid. He's too stupid.
No, he turns around and smiles at her like, yeah, and then he's pushing his butt into her hands. Like, go lower.
Oh. Okay. There's not much lower than the butt.
Well, she's kind of up on the top of his butt, right? And then he pushes his ass up like, you could go a little lower. And then she starts to take full advantage.
Get the seam of my thighs and buttocks. That's it. Yeah.
Stick your finger in my butt.
Nope, that's too much. That's not where that was. Okay. Went poorly for him. Okay. So there's a huge list of rules at the state park, and booze is one of them. They can't have booze. They can't have skateboards. They can't party. They can't go off trails. Just like the laundry list of rules. So these guys get ejected immediately. The sponsor of the race is Rancewell. This race, he comes schmeving in, and skips the line. Everybody's like, "Who's that guy? He's an asshole." And he goes over to the Honeycutt's catering or convenience
it's just the
store.
Local, convenience store like Shack that if you forgot something, you'd go there and get
Bait
it.
shop / soda fountain. All that sort of stuff. Maybe they sell beer.
It would be my favorite place because it would have ice cream and fountain pop. And I'd be like,
yes.
I am here again. This is my 6th time today. Do you have a punch card?
Yeah. There we find Truckee. Our boy Truckee. We'll bet his name here in a minute. He's the owner of this side of the shore. We don't care how he got that privilege. He just is. Rancewell is trying to take over this side, and the only way he can do that so he can build another luxury condo unit and dump his toxic waste into the ground beforehand is to buy out via government shady contracts this Honeycutt's store.
And land.
So, and that's kind of what I don't get. It's like Honeycutt, like how much land do you guys think that Honeycutt has? Because
it's got to be fairly sizable to build a housing tract.
At least 20 acres, but maybe 50.
Yeah, maybe more.
And then there's mention that it's on lease, so that's weird too.
No, he said I will lease this back to you after I buy it because your promissory note is coming due.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Jesus, how much land do these people have? And then like, who left this land to a guy named Trailer?
Truckee.
Or no,
and
Truckee.
Truckee.
Trailer's his little brother.
Yeah, Truckee and
Yeah.
Trailer.
So, I mean, like, was there a car accident?
Maybe.
And there wasn't a choice?
Yep.
And he's like, I'm going to pay for all of this land through this convenience store.
Okay.
I'm not going to get a job or
A lot of hot
trade
dogs you gotta
stocks
sell.
on the internet or work from home.
All
No.
options for a 20-something-year-old man in 1988, Jackie.
He could have whacked off into a bunch of like sperm banks, and he could have been on like that documentary that's like thousands of babies belong to this guy because he whacked off so many times in sperm banks to get money for his land. And then you see him and his crotch is just like, can we see your balls after all of this whacking off, sir? And they're just like 2 raisins, and they start singing doon doo doon 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 doon, because they heard it through the grapevine, and they have 1,000 kids.
Okay. Well, obviously, Jackie thinks Truckee is handsome.
Yeah, apparently.
No, I just think it's funny thinking about a man with California raisins for her balls. And they have sunglasses and white gloves.
Marvin Gaye is rolling over in his fucking grave. No.
One of you raisins stick your finger in my butt. We gotta get to 1001.
Lance Reddick comes in and says, "This man has made far too much glue." Okay, that's a deep cut right there.
And then
We wanted to and not we've made 1,001 kids.
because it would be funny because his nuts would start singing, "Well, I guess I bet you you knew."
No, we get it. We get the joke. You're the one that thinks. Okay, and she's gone to the bathroom to look in the mirror and tell herself this joke. It's the only,
so funny.
She's the only one it's working on.
I might have a little heat stroke today.
That's fine. Okay, we're gonna move on, Jackie, because we got a lot of territory to go to. So the Ranswells, the car gets vandalized by Wee Willy Wonka, and the ladies get blamed for it because they're standing there, and Eve's got to free Earth. Stop dumping shit in Earth, and they call them. The Ranger calls them Earth Guardians and kicks them out because they getting blamed for vandalized. So then we get Trailer. He comes in and takes them down to a new spot that's on their property. So they have the ladies have a place to stay at least this whole time.
It's not a great camp spot. It's not level. There's nothing cleared. It's sleeping on sharp twigs.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of shabby.
Mm-hmm. Camping goes poorly for them. None of them are prepared. We also get the metal guys. They're staying next to old folks. They're scared. These old folks are like Jackie and I when we camp, which we just got done doing. Their setup, other than the Airstream, because they got more money than us, is pretty similar.
Yeah, they got a video game machine outside, and they've got fake grass with a vacuum that they come out and clean it up with.
Yeah.
They're living large, man.
But Marcia introduces us to some terminology that is new to me that I'm going to use now.
All right.
Because she calls them heavy metalers.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to call them heavy metalers from here on out.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone I see, that guy's a heavy metaler. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he is.
He's big on metallurgy. He's a heavy metallurgist. Okay. It's dinner time. Everybody is not prepared to go camping very well because the ladies eat a rock and a potato that has fur on it. Ew! And then the boys, the heavy metalers, he breaks out, Lewis breaks out some rib rack or some critter rack that some hunters out in the wood gave him, suspect, and he doesn't know how to cook it, so he just throws it on one of those camping grills that are at all campsites, and then sprays it with starter fluid and lights it on fire.
Yeah, but then the old people put it out because it's too much fire.
Too much fire!
And they're so nice because they're like waving at them, and then they invite them over for meals, and they're just very hospitable.
Right.
And is it Johnny Rocket?
No, it's Lewis.
Lewis doesn't like him.
Yeah, Lewis is like, no, don't go over there. I'm afraid of old people.
He's petrified by them. He has Bidenophobia.
Well,
it's later in the movie, they get like a kind of a zoom in shot, and he's just like, old people scare the shit out of me. And it shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it's really funny.
It's pretty funny. Okay.
Is that when you notice, Sam, that his sideburns are glued on? It's like a piece of hair.
The first time you see him, you're like, that's a bad wig.
It's a bad wig.
A terrible, terrible wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his like cheekbone things are supposed to be sideburns, but they're just glued on pieces of hair. It's awesome.
Eve, she's out in the woods, I guess, taking a duke, or I don't know what the fuck she's doing out there. But she sees Wee Willy Wonka stripping out of his bear suit, and he's got some cutoffs that he's wearing. She's like, hey, nice butt, Wee Willy Wonka bear. And knows that there's a guy out in the woods dressing up as Wee Willy Wonka that wears cutoffs and has a butt. That'll come into play here in a little bit. And he just got done putting skunks on Ranswell's property. And so now, oh, damn it. Bastard skunks from Wee Willy Wonka. Jerk.
But he's strategic about it because he places a family of skunks. And the one skunk winks at us.
Oh.
And he's like, get rid of these goddamn skunks. And the skunk like puts his little paw up next to his face and then winks at us like, that's right, I'm a cute little skunk.
Hug me.
And I would, yeah. And I only spray assholes because I obviously didn't spray the bear guy.
True. Or maybe he did, and Wee Willy Wonka really smells bad. Either way, they're shut down on the construction site again, so he's buying them time at least. Eve goes, she meets Truckee, and she's like, hey, you're from here, Truckee. What a weird name. He's like, yeah, my mom was real pregnant, so she named me Truckee, like a semi-truck, because that's how I plowed through her uterine canal. Coming through, big load. And just shot right out onto the doctor's arms, and I pulled my arm and made that trucking sound, and then I helped a guy on the side of the road change his tire. That's why I'm Truckee. Rules of the road, baby.
And then his brother came out and he's trailer? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess trailer would have been bigger. Like she would have been even more pregnant because trailers.
I don't know, but there had to have been years removed. They're not the same age.
Oh, maybe he's the afterbirth.
Oh.
Hold on, Mom.
No.
Here comes the placenta. It's the trailer. It follows. Oh, no, it's all over the floor. We call him trailer. Okay, fine. I thought it was funny. If Jackie gets to tell stupid jokes about raisin balls, I get to have placenta jokes.
Afterbirth jokes?
Come on, man.
Yeah, they're just not the same.
Oh.
They didn't hear it through the grapevine.
Let's take a mid-podcast poll. Who thinks Jackie's joke was funny?
Funnier than Justin's
who
placenta
thinks my
joke
joke was funny? So it's a tie. Okay.
It's a tie.
Because Sam's not weighing in.
Yeah.
We'll let the listeners decide.
Yeah. They'll remember. We'll call it a draw. Okay, so where the fuck are we?
We need to get to the point where orienteering is part of the triathlon thing.
She wants to have Truckee help her do orienteering to help win this race, and he's like, "No, I'm not doing that." So she blackmails him because she sees him get out of his pants that are jeans.
He's wearing cutoff jeans under his jeans.
His quite tight jeans. These are 80s jeans. You can't have jeans under your jeans.
Is this a Canadian bikini?
Oh!
Oh!
This is like, I never use multiple spaces in my notes, but I wrote jean shorts under jeans and I underlined it 3 times because the implications are so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because you can't do it. It wouldn't work. It's too bunchy. It'd look like you were wearing a diaper.
It would look like you were wearing a diaper. They'd go up your crack. As soon as you pulled up your pants, your jean shorts, and probably your pockets would just go straight. And nothing's worse than a jean wedgie.
Just imagine if they were 501s and you're now dealing with twice as many buttons jamming against your junk.
So I've got a question. Can dudes get zipper rash if they don't wear underwears?
Sure, of course.
On their wiener?
Yeah, why not? I've never done it because I'm not an idiot. But
jeans with no underwear is fairly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Does that clear things up for you?
No.
On this Ask a Peniologist moment of Stinker Madness?
You have to ask a late 70s, early 80s man who wears 501s with no underwear. Because there's plenty of them out there.
Let's get your dad on the phone, Sam.
Let's talk to Ted Nugent. He would know.
Ted Nugent, probably knows.
He's never wore cutoffs in his entire life. I guarantee that guy is fragile to the sun.
but he probably doesn't wear underwear with his jeans.
Yeah, dude. All the ladies that
Well, he
want to
does
pull on his
now.
wiener, like, he doesn't want to create an extra barrier to that.
He does now. He's an elderly man, and I'm sure is wearing diapers under his jeans.
He's
Right.
probably wearing slacks like the rest of us, just Dockers because they're comfortable.
I don't think you know much about Ted Nugent, Sam.
I don't care.
Yeah, he wears camo
That's the
pants.
thing.
He wears camo.
I've seen a couple YouTube videos with him
Camo.
shooting a keyboard.
Camo.
I found it moderately
That's it.
amusing.
That's it. Camo. He doesn't wear khaki.
Do they
No,
make camo
it looks
Dockers?
like- It looks like he wears a lot of jeans still.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so. And shit's in him because he's pretty old. Okay, it's fine to shit in your pants. I'm not being an ageist. Like, that's fine. I'm just saying that, wouldn't wear cutoffs underneath your jeans when you're geriatric and decrepit and, falling down all the time and dribbling out of the side of your mouth with your inane hate. It's fine to wear diapers when you're an elderly racist fucking... Oh, you know what my other opening line was going to be for this one? I'm surprised that Ted Nugent opted to appear in this budget movie because there's a black guy in it. Hey-o! Doot-doot! Chugga-chugga. That's my... There was a black guy in this movie, and Ted is notorious racist. So,
Is he?
very
'Cause
racist.
I've
Super
against
racist,
keyboards.
dude. Totally
He's also a
All right,
sexist.
I'm not seeing any of it. I just see a
Dude,
crazy
he-
wacko.
You are on a fucking island, Sam.
He has a picture with Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, I think the crazy toting gun lady, the blonde one. Then he's holding their shoulders, and then on the other side of Donald Trump is some black-haired gal I don't know, and Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Doesn't make him racist.
Super reporting.
Yeah, doesn't make...
And he doesn't like women because he said that Taylor Swift was a piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't know if that's not super reporting, but...
It's not super reporting, but it
hey,
doesn't make me like him.
Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene's a super piece of shit. Does that mean I hate women? No, that's false equivalency, Jackie. How dare you? How dare you? You
He
suck.
probably just sees Taylor Swift as a walking keyboard.
Jackie, you should have been like, see, my husband hates women. He just told me I suck. That's how you get back at me. I'm setting you up for fucking vengeance here, but nobody takes it.
I do suck,
Oh,
and I
you
like
don't.
it.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
boy.
Come on.
Also, we have to.
yeah!
Okay, you know what? We're going back to the fucking jean shorts because also in the scene with the jean shorts under the jeans, which is completely implausible. These people are environmentalists, or so they say.
You care about
But he has a
Earth.
gas pump on his dock.
Yeah. I mean,
That's not very environmental.
See, you got to go
not
back
only
in a
is he
time,
the-
man.
The little grocery store. He's also the gas people.
Yeah, you got to go
For
back.
the
It's
boat
on
dock.
the dock.
You gotta
It's
go back
over
in
the
time.
lake. There's gas in the lake.
You got to go back in time. We were indoctrinated. Well, I mean, we weren't indoctrinated. Plastic's bad. But this was during the plastic wars. This was during Save the Whales, the fucking pandas. Nobody gave a shit about gas, Sam. We didn't
It's
know.
leaded fuel on the lake.
We didn't know. Dump shit in the lake. It's water. It cleans itself. You get dirty, you put water on you. You put your dirt
But that's
in the
all
water.
that Ranswell's thinking then.
Yeah. See, these guys don't know. They just were there, and gas in the lake is fine in 1988. Sure, base some ducks in it. They like it. It makes them slippery. Water off a duck's back, put some oil on it, and it'll make it even more. It'll shoot through the water like a fucking luge.
Faster.
Shoo. Exxon Valdez was actually okay. We'll move on. So
They were breeding racing ducks.
racing ducks. Zoo. Okay. So he does agree to help her orient here. Meanwhile, Trailer is falling in love with Lene. She is not falling in love with him because she's out to give all the dorks of the lake haircuts because it turns her on and makes her cans come out. And she bones them.
She bones them. There's a fun scene with ducks watching them bone,
Yeah.
and They did a fine job getting as much ducks doing things as anyone, because you can't really train ducks to be on camera.
No.
Like they captured a special duck moment, and you're like, we got to put it in the movie, and it works.
Marcia and Johnny Rocket, they're falling in love with each other, but she doesn't know he's a heavy metaler. He just seems like some dude swimming around because he's got dumb hair naturally.
He's dumb hair, yes.
Yeah. So, but she's not like, oh, you're just more like a Fluxegos guy, which fits into my whole rich college boy image. So I'm cool with you, and let's go hang out in the woods and make out a little bit. He's like, cool. I like chicks with butts. And so, let's see here. Later, they have a party, though, and she finds him where he comes in full heavy metaler, and she's like, you, heavy metaler, you guys are dorks, or geeks, or nerds, or scumbags, or losers, or tweakers, or whatever. And the jock people that I hang out with don't really like that, so I have a boyfriend, bye. And he's like, whoa, not cool. And so he and Lewis leave. The next day, Willie's he's covering the gate with poison ivy. He's got that gate covered. Oh God, now I'm covered in poison ivy. Dang it, says the owner of the gate, Ranswell. And Smite, Ranger Smite, soon to be chief of security to Ranswell Smite. Oh, Lewis is banging on the drums in their little thing, their little travel van. This is probably my favorite scene of the whole movie, because the old people come in and he's making too much noise. That's how it's shot. And he's like, oh, no, I've pissed everybody off. And they are coming and just open up the doors. Yep. Going to tell them to shut up. But they're like, wait, you've got a broken flange on your GR22 Yamaha synthesizer board. Let's go ahead and tweak that for you. We'll get you some more amps. We'll get you some more watts, and we'll get you some more volume. And he's like, I love old people. And it's hilarious.
Yep. There's also just like a shitload of old people napping in chairs prior to this.
Yeah.
Well,
like
communal nap time.
Before this, though, they were all doing aerobics.
That's true.
So, I mean, they were ready for a little nappy poo.
Truckee and Eve, they're both. She's also helping him with ecoterrorism because they reroute a creek that was previously rerouted back into the construction site and flood the whole thing.
This is fun because one of the construction workers just says "fuck it" and gets a floaty, and he's having a one-man pool party on the job.
Did you notice a lot of these construction workers are like in cutoffs and really short shorts? Like, I've never been to a work site where the construction workers look like that.
Not OSHA approved.
Nope.
Going to be injuries.
It sucked pretty bad when the OSHA shit came down because you used to be able to do. I did that. I was wearing virtually just shorts and shoes, and that was all I would wear because it was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
But then the OSHA thing came down, and it's like all the protective gear and hard hats and pants and boots, and you're just like dripping sweat constantly.
I got giant welder-sized oven mitts on my hands to protect them. I've got a whole head mask just to protect my eyes. I am shooting shards of hot metal towards my face. But that's my problem, OSHA, not you, government.
What was it?
Don't tread on me, OSHA.
Until I was in that safety gear. Then I was welding my balls to my leg.
So did they become California raisins, Sam?
No, it was more like, stop the reactor, Quaid.
Gross. Okay. Let's see here. Meanwhile, Lenny, she's giving haircuts all over the place, which means she's banging all the dudes, and that's fine. That's cool. That's fun. But all these dudes are starting to get the same haircut, which is
everybody has the same haircut.
Gonna be a problem later. Let's see here. Willie, he busts in back into the construction site and he gets on a cat. He throws the guy off of it and he puts it in gear and he drives it straight into a shed that is apparently their hydrogen shed because it just
it
blows
says
the
explosives
fuck up
on it.
But there's no like there's not a boom. Like the shed just blows up. There's not even an explosion.
No.
It's their air shed. It's just, whoa, too much air suddenly. Boom.
It pops with a bulldozer. And then he gives him the FU dance on the way out, which is pretty fun.
Yep. Marcia's sad about her fights with Johnny. You know, God, he's misunderstood and I miss him so much. And so they're like, we've got a solution. So they give her a heavy metaler makeover, which is pretty much just like a Pat Benatar look type thing, kind of. And
yes, cool when she later goes to, is it Rocky? What is his name? Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket.
They admire each other's spikes and try to make out, but then they poke each other with their spikes, which is also a lot of fun.
It's like two kids with braces getting their faces stuck.
Yeah.
Help. What do we do? We're stuck. So Trailer, he's getting a haircut finally from Lenny.
Yep.
Yes, it's my haircut. She gives him the Lost Boy, not the Lost Boys. What are those guys that fucking play?
The Greasers.
No, it's not the Greasers. It's the Pony Boy. She's giving him a Pony Boy.
Yeah,
haircut.
she gives him the Pony Boy.
Outsider. She's giving him an outsider look. Yeah. And he's like, finally, tits. And she's like, yeah, I'm just not into haircuts so much anymore. He's like,
so she did. Did she actually find herself in the Sea of Dongs?
Yeah.
Here I am in the middle.
Turns out it's just a bunch of dongs, whatever.
Now Marcia, she's the singer in the band, and the old folks are the grandpa's the guitarist and grandma's the chainsaw player. Because
she's multi-instrumentalist, I think, because she's on the keyboard a little bit too.
Okay.
But it's Tallahassee, Ray, and Ethel, and they have their own neon sign, so they're a touring act.
Oh, okay. All right. So now they're part of the band, or the boys are the part of their band. It's going great.
They're like, oh, you guys are a rhythm section. It's easy to find work. You guys want to do a show? We'll do a show tonight. And they do.
Yeah. We'll play the Lodge. And
she's playing with the chainsaw. Mm-hmm. This predates Jackal pretty good.
Yeah. And then fucking Nugent comes in. Oh, God damn it, Jackie. There's my note. God damn it. Hey, spoiler. Surprise, it's Ted Nugent.
Sorry.
He jams with them and does his Nugie stuff.
So this is actually a Ted Nugent song.
Okay. It is credited to him at the end, yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Maybe he wrote it for the movie?
I don't know, because I know the two songs that we've already talked about.
That's it? You don't know Wango Tango?
Oh, yeah.
No.
That could...
Fucking Wango
Not
Tango
really.
Sucks worse than Cats Catch Fever. Wango Tango. Wango Tango. Just, God damn it. I want to become a California raisin my whole body. This song sucks. This song sucks too. Like, it all sucks.
But it encompasses the Nuge. Like, you see him out there, he's doing the Nuge thing, and you're like, hey, man, that's the Nuge.
I think you like it, and I don't.
I don't. I'm seeing it in through the vision of someone who would have seen this movie right then going, holy shit, it's the Nuge.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you think about him, when you're watching this movie, you're like, holy shit, it's Nugent.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, wow.
They mention him and you're like, you don't even think that they're going to pay it off with an actual...
I did, because I thought Ted Nugent was a weird thing for them to pick. He's like, man, if we could only win this race, we could be big enough to jam out with somebody like Ted Nugent. And it's like, you guys don't know who fucking Ted Nugent is. You guys are fucking listening to fucking Rat and Poison. No, that's not. They got Van Halen on the side of their little thing. Okay, that's fine. They got Iron Maiden on the side of it. Oh, you like their fucking album? You like Eddie? Cool. I do too. But there's no point would I have been like, these guys listen to Ted Nugent, but they say Ted Nugent, so I wasn't really that surprised when Ted Nugent walked in. I
was surprised that Ted Nugent was in
I would have been surprised if Lemmy Kilmister had walked in, or fucking God damn it, I wouldn't have been surprised if it'd been Alice Cooper. I think Alice Cooper would also have been a good cameo.
Yeah. Frank Zappa would have been completely unexpected.
I would have been floored at Zappa. I would have been like,
I would have
wow.
stopped what I was doing and gone outside and smashed things.
I would have been like Crisco wristwatch. That's what I would have said. Yeah. But I'm fine with. I figured the Nuge,
Yeah.
88. What else has he got going on? He's washed up by now. He's still wango tangoing. He's still doing the I'm swinging on a bell thing, but he's not coming out with new hits. That was Damn Yankees like 5 years later, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 91, wasn't it? Wasn't Damn Yankees 91
Somewhere
with
in
everything
there.
else?
Somewhere in there.
That's what his thing when he bitches about is that the Damn Yankees would have been bigger if it wasn't for that other shit that was happening in 1991. I'm like,
right.
Yeah. So if there wasn't like vastly superior music happening at the same time, your shit would have been bigger.
Can you take me high enough? This is going to be bigger. Can you take me high enough?
Oh, that song sucks.
It sucks, Sam. It all sucks. It all sucks.
Stranglehold's a great song. I don't give a shit what you say.
Tread on me. Don't you tread on me. That's the fucking song.
Did you have that or something? Because I don't even know any of this.
Actually, no. I think I had a buddy who had, and I kind of liked Can You Take Me High Enough because I was 12 and I had terrible taste in music. I liked all that sappy fucking... Extreme was right in there. Probably had Extreme. I had Firehouse. Everybody knows my story with Firehouse. Yeah. So yeah, I liked all that
something
shit.
Commendable to Firehouse though, because they're so far off the beaten path.
I was 13. The summer of 1992. One album came out that changed my life forever. It was Octoon Baby, and I never fucking looked back. I never looked fucking back, except for when Aerosmith's Greatest Hits came out, and I was like, yeah, Aerosmith. And I was, oh man,
that one got us all.
Yeah, it had nipples on
yeah.
it. Big ones.
And then we found out things about Aerosmith.
That they suck.
Steven Tyler.
They are overrated, and
that he'd gotten a 15-year-old pregnant just recently.
What?
And the parents had given the 15-year-old permission to tour with him, and he ends up marrying her because she's pregnant with his kid.
She's Penny Lane?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. This better not be fake news.
Yeah, I don't know what sources she's getting from because I didn't hear anything. I also heard he was back on the smack, and I don't know about that either. Like, people just say fucking shit, I don't know. Whatever. Their music stinks, Yeah,
anyway.
Fuck Armageddon.
Nude shows up. It's a spectacle. And then the next day, it's race time.
Yep. But they're also saying Ranswell's, this is the last day. Ranswell's taken over today. They are in emergency mode. He's got to do something. It's race time. Lindy's boyfriend, Eddie, he shows up and he's like, whoa, all these guys have the same haircut as me. She's like, hee. And Truckee, he spots a dump truck and he's going after it. He's like, hey, that's a dump truck. It looks suspicious. I got to do something. So give me your camera, kid. Gets on his bike and chases after it. Johnny, he's winning the race. Johnny Rocket, he's doing pretty good. He's doing real well until he hits that goddamn orienteering section.
Because he doesn't understand it. He never did any practice.
No.
We didn't call it orienteering. We just called it tracking, didn't we?
I don't know. I never did any of this.
We had to do it in PE.
Is it like geocaching, kind of?
No, you take the compass and you have to go 15 degrees so many paces, and then you find a thing, and then you go to the... It's a real thing. It's actually called orienteering, but I guess... we called it tracking improperly when we were in high school.
When I was doing it, it was called getting unlost. That's what I was told
it was called navigation.
No, that's on the ocean.
That's anywhere navigation.
No, that's
using a compass.
No, that's on the ocean. Navigation is a...
Ocean is a sextant, not a compass.
It's both.
No,
you have to use both.
A sextant has a telescope. A compass does not. They are two different instruments.
No, you need both of them. So
and it's not a sexton. That's a last name.
Nobody here
sextant.
knows anything about nautical seafaring.
I do.
So they sext their
tent. You do not.
A tant. SEXTANT.
Oh, so they sex their taint. Come on, that was
Yep,
funny.
they sure did. The sailors sexed the fuck out of their taints, man. That's what they
Ship
were
all
up
filled
to.
with men.
Yep. Just jamming, poking that flesh right there. The patella? That's not the patella. It's the what is that goddamn thing called? They always talk about it
The
on
patella
commercials.
is the kneecap.
Yeah, you're gonna get a rash on your. I don't know. The not butt. Okay, so Johnny's doing good. He's Ranswell's got ringers out there too. He's got not
Yes.
Bruce Campbell and not Bruce Campbell's sister, who looks like not Bruce Campbell, and they're like bonking people and elbowing and jabbing and hitting people with trees and shit.
Rather than just winning outright, which they could be doing,
Yep.
they're just sabot. Well, I don't know. Up until this point, both Eve and Johnny Rocket are very far ahead of them.
Yeah. So they're not doing
Also, he pays them $1,000 a piece
Uh-huh.
so that if you're them, why would you not just compete in the race and get the more money?
Why would you not compete? I think they may get the more money also, but they're screwing
No,
themselves
he's
out
going
of
to
more
pay him
money.
$1,000 a piece to fix the race, so he doesn't have to pay out the full $5,000.
I thought it was just oh yeah, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because
Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
$3,000.
yeah, it does. But why would they take that much? That's not.
Why would they not just?
They're idiots.
They're idiots. Not as dumb as the other guys, though.
I like that Lenny is just tutting along, just
And because when she's doing it, you're like, why is she even in this race?
the guy said I could do it.
For fun.
Yeah, for fun. And she's having fun. She's having a good time. She's just tutting right along, enjoying nature. The canoe ride was great. It's kayak. It's kayak, Lenny. Okay. And she goes and aces the orienteering because she paid attention during the flower class that they had.
No, she falls she falls ass backwards into that sixth punch. She sees the flowers, she's distracted by them, and then she's like, "Oh, here's the flag."
Oh, okay. All right. But she's doing great. Truckee, he's taking photos of the toxic waste and the dumping, so he's got proof now. But now the security guards see him, and they're chasing him around, and Eve is about to, she's getting close to the end, and she sees him getting beat up by security guards, so she ditches the race to go help her man.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but they push his ass into the pit where all the toxic waste is. So she knows she's got to act or he's just fucking dead.
Yeah, he's going to die.
Yeah. Also, the cheaters have gone off trail and they get Chewbacca'd.
Yeah, right? Yeah, their ass is in a bear trap. Oops.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So she gets into the Willy costume. I don't totally know why. So
to throw them off the scent that he's not Willie the Bear, she is, and they've got the wrong guy, and they're gonna. Maybe.
So she hops on a motorcycle and she leads them away while Truckee wakes up and he steals the truck of toxic chemicals. And meanwhile, Lenny has won the race by her little yay, I won it, hooray! And so there's a car chase. There's stunts
with a motorcycle.
With motorcycles.
A man in a bear suit jumps from a motorcycle to a moving dump truck.
Yeah, whoa! Yep. I didn't have stunts on my Stinker Madness bingo card for this one. That's crazy. Pretty decent stunts too. And so the truck slides into the finish area where all the people are cheering for Lenny. And they're like, hey, that guy's driving around toxic chemicals. So they arrest Truckee, and that lady is with him. So they arrest her too, or something.
It's not that they're driving around with toxic chemicals.
Okay.
It's the guy's like, hey, that's my truck. You guys have stolen it. Oh. You're under arrest for stolen property. And in some weird way, the truck has now been closed up because it was open when they first stole it.
Right.
From the power slide, probably.
Yeah, power slides.
Yeah, and now the doors are closed, and so nobody can see that there's toxic waste, and the guy's trying to explain it away that these people are environmental weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
yada, yada, yada. And then he tells the park ranger, hey, get your ass in there and get this truck out of here. But that guy's incompetent, so he accidentally hits the switch that dumps the load.
Right.
And that's when they see all the toxic chemicals and the bad guys get hit with their own toxic chemicals, which I think would kill them, right?
Depends on the toxic chemicals.
Depends on how toxic.
Yeah.
There's also
old pig fat is toxic, Jackie.
Ew.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to
Gross.
make you.
How do you know that?
You're not going to turn it into citizen because it's pig fat. You leave it on the counter, it's going to become toxic. You can't eat it. You can't do anything with it. You got to dispose of it. Gas, oil, anything like that is toxic. But it's not going to turn you into like Citizen Toxie or anything. Got to fight crime now. Oh, because you're Daredevil.
Also,
I can't see anything. I got hit with toxic chemicals, and I'm super strong. And it's not going to necessarily do that.
and they're not being arrested by the police. They're being arrested by his private security force.
Yeah, right.
Which means they're going to just fucking kill him and leave him in the woods.
Oh.
No, they're back to the plan one. They're going to dump them in with the toxic chemicals because even if the chemicals leak, it'll
eventually
supposedly rot their bones out. And nobody will find them anyway, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Or they turn into Citizen Toxie
Or they
and kick
turn
his
in,
ass later.
come back for vengeance. Yep. Swamp Thing. Lake Thing. This is what's the
State Park
State
thing.
Park. That's all he can say when he avenges people. State Park. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad plan. So the chemicals are, everybody sees them and they're like, "Yay, you're bad. Get out of here." And so they arrest those guys. Or just be like, "You suck. Get out of here. You're not allowed to buy this." Whatever. I don't know how that works. And so Linnea, she gives the $5,000 scholarship to Eve. Yay, thanks. You're my best friend. And
but with the butthole thing of you can pay me back. Like, no, bitch, this is free money.
It's a scholarship. Come on, man.
Like, fuck
it's not
off.
a scholarship. It's just $5,000.
No, it's a scholarship.
Well, they
Or
call
to pay
it a
for her
scholarship.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you didn't pay for this money. Like, this is not your money. Yeah, you want it, but really? I mean, maybe in 10 years when she's like a lawyer or something, she'd be like, yeah, $5,000, here's your check. Fuck off. But like, initially, I'd kind of be like, I'm taking this, but this is a soft pay you back.
Yeah, sure, if things work out. The movie ends with Eve and Truckee boning and two bimbos dying of exposure. It's a weird ending.
Groupies. They're Winnetonka Willie groupies.
Yeah, it's a weird ending. I didn't go for it.
They were trying to get the bear to. They were fuzzies.
I thought, the furries.
Furries?
Yeah.
Furries, yeah. And then they get stuck.
I thought that there was going to be like one more boob sequence.
Yeah, we see this chick beforehand. He has to save her from a bear trap.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the bear, like, because Eve is still wearing the bear costume, he's like, it's time to do this. So he tears the head off of the bear costume and throws it out the cave. But it just freeze frames in air. Like, there was no joke. The joke didn't. They set up the joke. There was no joke at the end. Help us, Willie Wee, and then nothing.
Nothing. I thought Trailer was going to show up as the bear.
That would Trailer
get the business going.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that would have been great.
Where was that? I didn't get it. It's a weird ending. Okay, first question. Today, as mid 40-year-old people, would you camp here?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because it seems
Why
like
not?
it's got a pretty good community and it'd be lots of fun. Like, people are willing to help out. There's like group exercise. It seems like people care about one another and they're willing to help where they can.
Okay.
And that's cool.
It's very crowded.
It is kind of crowded, but they've got good spaces.
Yeah. And it looks like they've got all amenities and they've got like boat rentals and everything that you could possibly want there.
They got a lodge.
Decent beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent beach.
Yeah.
Probably sell alcohol in the back of that little shack store, but you
Probably,
have to know the secret elderly person handshake. So you make friends with the elderly people that have been coming there for a while. They teach you the handshake. You go in, you get your bottle of vodka.
Although
go back to your
you're
campsite.
inferring, but we don't have any evidence of that, and there is a strict no alcohol rule at this
Oh,
park.
come on. Come on. This guy is bootlegging. That's the only reason that piece of shit shop is still open.
That's a pretty big assumption. The evidence shows that there's no alcohol in this park based off the
Really?
movie.
Yeah, but
Because
in the
the
privacy
Seegers-
of your RV, you can do whatever you want.
It's true.
Right. Because the elderly Seegers, they obviously have cocktails. I mean, they come out with a shaker and
Yeah.
cocktail
Okay.
glasses at
Alright.
one point. So,
All right.
yeah, nobody's kicking them anywhere.
All right. Just the young kids that look like they're up to no good, says the state park
Sure.
ranger. We are not them. So, all
That
right.
guy was just being a dick.
He was being
probably
a dick,
painted that
but
on
it's
the sign.
On the sign. I don't know. It's questionable. Who's speaking of questionable things? Go, one of you two.
What happens if she actually gets the scholarship? Is she going to give the $5,000 back?
No, because she's going to college.
Well, no, but she didn't know if she was. I thought there was a question. She doesn't know if she's going to get the scholarship.
I am telling
So
you, it is you win the race, you get a $5,000 scholarship.
No, it's just $5,000. What do the Brock
That's
guys
what
want with a scholarship? They want $5,000.
No, they want $5,000. Then why does she keep calling it a scholarship? It doesn't add up.
She doesn't know what a scholarship is. She's not going to do well. She's not going to pay back that money.
No, she's not.
The corporation calls it a scholarship so that they can write it off as a tax deductible, right? But it's really just a check to the winner for $5,000
Okay.
that is supposedly going to a university or college,
Sure.
or
Pay for
community
school.
college.
Yeah.
But you know what she does with it? I mean, she could snort it up their nose. They don't give a shit after they write the check because it's tax deductible at this point, right? It's charity.
And they're not a corporation anymore because they got exposed for tax dumping, but
No, they just blame that guy.
yeah.
And then the second in command goes, I had no idea that guy was doing that. Our commitment to blending in with the environment and blah, blah, blah is
Yep.
still pliable. And then the company doesn't get hit.
Pliable. Yep. It ate it
Pliable.
up. Yep. Okay.
Did you hear it through the grapevine?
Okay. All right. It's done. It's done. It's done. You're killing it now. It's a horse, and it's
Love
had
it.
many of its limbs chopped off by you already.
All right, my turn.
Sam didn't get an answer.
I said she's not going to pay back the money.
No. Okay. All right. Jackie.
No,
go.
she's not. Okay, so this is a two-parter. Who was the woman in flannel that got naked and then belly flopped into the lake?
Yeah, that
like,
was
who
a bad
was that?
dive.
It was a bad dive. It's one of the many. We didn't talk about the bad dive. There's my favorite joke didn't get talked about. Like all of the buttons it pushed for me were amazing. It's just some naked lady who does a bad dive.
Yeah. And then
Who was also a naked lady who gets spied on by a park ranger later in the shower.
Yep.
So she just...
There's
Okay.
just boobs for the reason of boobs.
Yeah, it was, I thought that there was going to be like the lady of the lake type thing. Like, oh, she's a mysterious woman and she, you know, we got to find her, one of those hijinks things. Nope. Those were just random tits.
Random boobs. And then
Yeah.
there's just
Okay,
some random
so-
dude ass later.
I think he was one of the
yeah,
dumb.
that was the second
I
part
think
of my
that's
question.
The dumb guy. I think that's one of the
that
dumb boys.
Who was the guy
It's not.
who the park ranger watched swim naked?
How do you know it's
Because
not?
he
It
just
might-
walks out there and she's standing there behind him going, I love my job.
I am going to make a very long stretch that the only other person, because this man has long hair, and the only other person that has real long hair is Ted Nugent. So that lady's getting down on the Nugent's
I don't think
butt.
it was. I don't think it was Ted Nugent.
No, it's not Ted Nugent, but I would like to think it was. Nuge just shows up and majestic asses all over the park ranger's dreams, and then hits some wild solos at the nightclub later.
Yeah, no, I think it was a dumb guy. I think it's one of the dumb guys.
No, because the guy has long hair. The
I
dumb
didn't
guys
see
have
long-
short
I
hair.
saw shoulder
Yeah.
length
He had long
dumb
hair.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, I'm out of questions. Final recommendations?
what
Why
happened?
didn't Truckee just compete in the race
Why
and get
didn't
the
Truckee just
5,000
do
and
it?
pay the?
Just do it, Truckee.
He's the best orienteer there ever was, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Maybe that because the corporation didn't like him, they're like, you can't participate.
Yeah, that's a rule we have. We're
because you
correct.
work at the park, you can't participate.
I don't. I work at my own section of
No, fuck you.
Nah, yeah, we're evil. Evil, tiny print. Tiny print at the bottom is evil.
Okay, so I've got a question.
Again, because you've gone 3 times in a row now.
Well, you said you were out of questions,
I
and
did.
Sam said he was out of questions.
No, I just asked why Truckee didn't. So it was actually me that asked the last
You
question.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, shut up, Justin.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay, so let's just go in like pairs, okay? So what happens
Where are we going?
to Lisa 9-inch,
Who's Lisa?
the hairdresser,
Lenny?
Lenny.
Lenny and her boyfriend,
They're good.
like
They still
she's
get
in
married.
college, okay? And then what happens with Eve? Does she actually go to college? Or she just fucks off.
I think she just moves in with Truckee.
Yeah, we already kind of answered that. Okay.
Okay. And then what happens with Minnie?
Marsha
Marcia.
and Johnny. They don't go to LA because they got their band now. So I assume they just play the lodge.
I think I think they just hit the road with what is it? Tennessee
Roy
Ray and
and-
Ethel for about 5 years and then find their own groove after.
Oh, you don't think that they just play the lodge every weekend? That they're the park band? Tennessee Ray and Ethel?
No, they got a Airstream. They're taking that shit on the road.
I don't know, man. They're pretty old.
No, I think that I think that Justin's right. They live there year round.
Yeah.
They're the park's entertainment. Ted Nugent comes into town. People are flocking to this area because, oh my God, I might get to see Ted Nugent if he's in town, and he decides to join the camp that night. So then they get a share of the campground proceeds to continue their act as a payment, right? Because it's a state thing. And they're like, look, we're advertising the state park. We're making it what it is. Then the grocery store gets in on the action, and they start sponsoring the snacks for this program and the alcohol, and it becomes a very vibrant business. And Eve
Very
and Johnny, they build a nice house on his private property next to the lake, and they run the county grocery store. And then they expand into some different kinds of boat rentals because they also own the only gas pump on the water. And yeah, it turns out pretty good.
It turns out super
And
not interesting, though.
Lewis and Johnny Rocket actually launched their own hair care line for Bad Boys of Rock and Roll.
Huh. Yep. She wrapped it up for her own question,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, okay. Cool story, bro. Final recommendations. I'll go first. Yeah, I liked it. It was not what I was expecting. I want to make an argument that it's a so bad it's good movie because I think it accomplishes all the goals that it set out to do. This is it's one of those boobie movies from the 80s that doesn't really stink. It fits into the genre of stinkers. But this is just a hidden gem. This should be more culty for sure. I liked it.
I also really liked this. I thought it had a lot of comedic moments that didn't fall flat, and I thought the storyline flowed pretty well. I was not ever bored.
Right?
And I really liked all of the characters. Like, at no point did I want anyone to die, except for the, corporate.
You wanted him
Waste
to die.
guy.
Okay.
Well,
Wanted him
I
to
wanted him to
die.
be I wanted him to be arrested. So at no point did I ever want anyone to die in this movie because I hated them so much.
I thought he was fun too.
I just liked I liked the whole thing, and I thought it was great. So do for me.
Damn.
This just became like, I'm going to try to find a copy of this. I liked it so much. We didn't mention that my favorite joke is when you flip up sunglasses to
Yes.
reveal more sunglasses.
Yes.
That happens. It's got a bad dive. There's a man wearing jeans under his jeans.
Mm-hmm.
There is a weird duck in the background where Trailer's trying to hit on Lenny.
Yeah.
And there is this giant rubber duck that's being blown up, and it looks like Tweedledee and Tweedledum are jumping on the other side of the blown up duck. And we had to rewind it. It was like, this is the weirdest background scene ever.
I loved it. I am going to now, the next opportunity, especially if I can find a physical copy of this, I will force someone into a Joysticks State Park double feature.
Yep, that's a good one.
They're great.
The other thing that my last point about this movie is it's super light. Like, it's none of it's dark at all. There's no, like, it's an 80s boobie movie, and there's no, like, it's kind of rapey. I mean, yes, there's leering, people looking at nudies that they probably shouldn't have, but there's so many rules that maybe they were also just doing their job. I don't know. There's not like a bad negative tone to a sexist, gross tone to this movie at all that so many of these other movies in this genre fit into. This is just light, fun fare.
Yeah, the dumb guys are too dumb to be creepy.
Right.
They're too dumb to even actually catch any action. The only sexual predator in the film is Lenny, and it's silly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not like those guys are not consenting because they get their hair cut first. I mean, there's like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's proof.
It's just super light and airy and fun. And there's, yeah. It's a unicorn in this genre for sure.
Yeah.
Where we're not like, ew, that was icky. I didn't like it. Didn't make me feel good at all. No, it's just fun. Just fun all the way around. Next week on the show is our 600th episode. Boy, I hope Jackie really has something big planned that she can tell us today that we can all agree on, because we need to make it a good one.
I have 9 different movies that I have picked out that I am a fan of doing for the 600th episode, but I think that the 3 of us need to have a discussion about those 9 movies before we say anything.
Yep, they get it. Okay, so 600 next week. Hope you guys all have a good one.
Love you!
And get to the chopper.